Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode. Another episode of our game series. We have been, or at least I have been away for a long time. Don't know why, probably shouldn't have, but we're back today. We are going to be starting a brand new game. It is going to be a Christmas themed, obviously because it is Christmas. And I don't really know what game it is yet, but that's what we're going to be doing in this episode. Today we are going to be focusing on trying to plan the game and just come up with some ideas. So this will probably be a fairly short video, just because there's not going to be any like programming or anything in it. And the quality of the last few videos has been really poor. I didn't notice that because normally they had been fine. I'm talking about like the audio and the microphone and the music, because usually when I make a video I don't really go back into it and listen to it to see if it's okay, because normally it is fine. But in the past, I think it's 2 or 3 Tetris game videos that we did, the music has been so loud, so hopefully that is fixed in this episode, so I apologize for that. And this microphone is very quiet for some reason, so I'm trying to fix that as well, but we're getting there. Every stream hopefully gets better from here. But today, let's jump straight into it and see what we're going to do. So I'm going to try and I want to try and make like a Christmas Carnival game. So let's see, Christmas Carnival game. Let's see what's a Christmas Carnival. Okay, so you know when you go to, I don't know if you live in England where I am, but if you go to some of the like Winter Wonderland theme parks things that they have in some of the parks, like having one in Hyde Park in London where I am, but they have these games. Let's see if we can find something like this where they have all different types of like roller coasters or mini roller coasters and like an eye Ferris wheel thingy, and then they also have these mini games that you can actually win, like I think they're like teddy bears or something, that you either throw balls into like a bucket, you have to try and get it to stay in a bucket, or you have to try and shoot some targets like this using, I can't actually remember what you use, but sometimes you actually have you throw like bean bags or sack bags, or I can't remember what it's called. You have to throw them at the target, and then in a certain amount of time, and if you get all of them down, or if you hit all of them, or if you only hit a few, depending on what the result is, the prize changes. So that is probably going to be the theme of our game. So obviously, because it is Christmas, we are going to try and theme it Christmas. So instead of using like different shapes or ducks in this case, we are going to try and use like Santa or like reindeers or presents or just whatever is Christmas theme. We'll probably have a few different levels, hopefully, where you can either select what you want to use or what theme you want, or maybe we'll have different levels which are different games. I don't know, we'll see. But we probably won't finish this game before Christmas, or definitely not, because it is currently the 6th of December and Christmas is just around the corner. So let's have a look and see what we want to do. So I don't really know if we want to make this a 3D game or a 2D game. I think I'm going to stick with 2D games just for this game, and then we will eventually move on to some 3D games. But just because we have been making games in 2D, we have the experience for it, and we'll just carry on. So let's go back here and see. Actually, let's go to the Unity Asset Store. Let's see if we can find some assets to use. So in here let's look up Christmas. So we want only 2D because we're going to stick with 2D games. So, and also we want to use free assets. So there's only 3, so that's great. We might have to make our own. So apparently this looks like a 3D asset. Okay, so this is I mean, it's not the best, but we could use it. It's not too bad. So I'm going to save that just so that we have it if we need it. We'll put that into my favorites. Let's go back and see what else there is. We might have to just download a few images from the internet and use those maybe as assets, so like Santa's face or reindeers or whatever we need for the game. And then what else do we want to do? Let's see. Okay, so we really need something like this, but of course this is not, I mean, it's not that expensive. We could probably get that, but then we would not be able to put this game on GitHub because it includes paid assets. So that's the problem with using paid assets. So let's see what else we can find. Where are we gonna go? Let's say winter. Let's see what that gives up. Winter icons. Let's go to free. Oh, there's one asset. Well, that's helpful. Let's untick that and see what else we get. Okay, so Christmas game GUI. So this is probably what we want, but again, this is a lot more expensive, so we probably won't be getting this. So we're not going to be making a game this complicated. We won't have any of these menus. We're just going to have something simple just to get us through the Christmas period, and then we will get back to our Tetris game because we haven't finished that, as well as we have not finished our slab stacker. I completely forgot about that. So at some point we will get back to both of those games, probably in the new year. So let's go back and see what else do we need. Christmas game. These are all paid. So let's go and see. Let's see if we can find something on Google. Free Christmas clip art. Let's see, free pick. Okay, we really need probably some vectors and some. We could probably use something like that. Some reindeers. We could have something like this. We have a Santa, a Christmas tree, a snowman, a few different things. So what else could we use? Okay, so we know the theme of it is going to be Christmas. Let's figure out how we want to make it. So let's see. Carnival games. What type of carnival games do we get? That's not what we want. Okay, so we can have a game where you throw something into a bucket, but that would probably be best if it was a 3D game, which we're not making. We want it to be a 2D game. So I'm still thinking either shoot like in this case the ducks. We can either shoot like Santa or the reindeer, or we can see that's what I was talking about earlier, where you throw things into a bucket, but we don't want that because that's more of a 3D game. What else could we have? We could have, let's see, let's put 2D so we can see what we can make. Games 2D. So it's still just the throw and hit. We could have something like that where the targets actually move around in circles, and then depending on which one you hit, we could have bigger targets and smaller targets, and the bigger ones are obviously worth less points, and the smaller ones are obviously worth more points. So we could have something like that. We could have what else can we have? I'm just seeing the same thing over and over again. Midnight Carnival. Let's try something else. Actually, let's go back and click on the 2D platform. And not that we need that, because that has probably nothing to do with it. Carnival games 2D Unity. Let's see what that comes up with. So this is probably nothing that we want. Yeah, of course. Okay, so it looks like, by the looks of it, the only thing that we can do, or that I can actually come up with, maybe I'll come up with something by the time we make the next video, but the main objective of this game will be to have, well, the main theme of the game is going to have a carnival stand with probably some different levels of characters or objects like Santa's heads or reindeers, or just different things that you can try and hit, and then you obviously have to try and hit them, and the more you hit in each certain amount of time, you get points and probably a prize or something like that. The other one is we can have a spinning target, so something that spins round and round, and the point of that is to hit the target. But I don't really like that because it's a bit repetitive. It's pretty much the same thing, just in different ways. So we might just have to switch to a 3D game to make it more interesting. Let's try that. Let's see a 3D game, Unity. Let's take out Unity because that's not giving us anything. Let's go Christmas. Carnival, no. Take out 3D. Nope. Let's go to Carnival shoot. Okay, so again, because I put shooter in it, it is shooter. It's gonna only show us shooter games. Okay, so let's go up here and open up our Notion and write some things down. So let's open up a new page, and in here we'll go okay, so for those of you that ask me how I plan out my videos, this is pretty much how I do it. It's very simple, nothing complicated about it. So let's go and say ideas. Carnival themed, and the games will include, what can we include? Shoot, target, so we're going to shoot some stationary and moving targets. Those are going to be 2 different levels. Another idea can be let's see. We could have moving targets from left to right, but then again, it's also still shooting the target to try and knock them down. Let's see. We've done the memory game as a Halloween theme, so we won't do that again. Let's do this. Let's figure out Carnival, and let's just type in Christmas games. Computer. We could have a pop-up game. So I don't know if you played the game where, how do I explain this? It's like it's a very small machine that has like alligators or crocodiles that come out of a opening, and whenever they come out you have to hit them down and then they go back in. Or in other words, it's just some kind of object that pops up and then you hit it before it disappears. We could have something like that, where objects on the screen appear and you have to click on them before they disappear. So let's say click on object before what's it called? Okay, so that's another idea. We're probably not going to make all of these, but we'll see how far we get into the game and whether the ideas change or whether they get better or not. There's a bowling idea. We could, that's a bit complicated for the time frame that I want, so let's see, what else do we want? We could do something like that, but again, we only have a couple of weeks to do this. So let's see. What else could we have? We could have something like a find the Christmas item. So like, I don't know if you played the game, or if you've ever had the books Where's Waldo, where you find Waldo within other people. We could have something like that, where you either find Santa or some object that is presented to you at the start of the level. We could have something like that. Let's just write that down quick. So find object. This is not going to be a very interesting game, but we do want to keep up with the season and try and make a Christmas game. So it's going to be hopefully very simple and hopefully very fast to implement. And then we can get back on track with working on our Tetris game. And then after that, we can hopefully finish the slab stacker, because that's pretty cool when we add in the gradient of the slabs changing color by himself. So we'll try and finish that. So let's see, if we go to let's go and see some Christmas vector, get some inspiration. That's not what I want. Christmas stock photos, let's see. Nope. We could use we need something like that. Obviously not going to pay for that. We need a reindeer head, and we could probably use a Grinch. So there's a whole lot of different icons that we need. That's a pretty cool theme. I like that. The outline. That's an idea. But then we'd have to make them all from scratch because I don't have any of them. So we probably won't use that. What else do we want to look at? We need something like that, where it's got Santa and reindeers, and actually let's go to this PNG egg. Interesting. This looks like a good website. We could probably steal some things off here. Not steal, borrow. Obviously we'll reference them. But hey, this is where we got our Halloween thing. So let's go back here and see. Okay, you know what? That's enough inspiration. So in here there's our few ideas. So episode. That's not how you spell. How can I spell? Episode 2 is going to be about what is it going to be about? We're going to create the project. Yeah, we'll create the project. Actually, no, let's go and do that now quick. So let's just start this game right now, because we are only 18 minutes into it. So let's go into Unity Hub. We can start a new project. We will keep this a 2D project, just because we don't want to get into the complicated mechanics of Unity 3D, while we are only trying to make a simple 2-week, maybe 3-week project. So we don't want it to be in our Tetris clone, we want it to be in our game development in here. First of all, let's go and create a new GitHub repository. So where'd that go? Okay, so create a new repository. Game development, we want this to be called Christmas game. Okay, so that's where we want it. We will create that and then publish that. No, we don't want to keep. Oh, and I have to go into GitHub and change those settings. That's annoying. Okay, so you should see when we come back to this little update with our files that we created. So in our Christmas game, we are going to select this folder, and then we will create a carnival, Christmas carnival. Let's say Carnival 2D, just so you know it's a 2D game. Okay, so create the project. Hopefully that's the correct one. Yes, it is. So if we can now go onto our GitHub, you'll see these files are being added to the project. So I think it'll be nice to have like a main menu. I don't know if you can hear this, but it'll be nice to have like a Christmas main menu theme in the game. So we'll create that probably in the first episode, and we'll import all of our assets like we normally do in the first episode. It's pretty boring first episode of every series. And then what else? We want to start making the carnival. So we'll have, by the looks of it, we've got about 3 different ideas. So we can have at the moment 3 different game levels. One being shoot the moving targets or the stationary targets, and the next one being click on the object before it gets removed. And then I don't know if we'll do this one if we need to find the Christmas object. I don't know if we'll do that one. We'll see how we get on. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty simple themed or a pretty nice, hopefully, themed game for the Christmas holidays. And we are probably going to be up, except for this week, I think starting on Monday. What is it? Let's see, let's go here. Starting on Monday the 12th, we will probably be uploading a video every day, maybe, or at least every weekday until, let's see, hopefully until the new year. So I can't promise anything, like it just disappeared for the past month. But here's our new project. Nothing special at the moment because obviously it's just a blank project, but there it is. We'll save that, and then let's create our folder. So we need a folder for our scripts. We need a folder for our prefabs. Okay, I can't think of anything, but that's it for now. So we'll close that and we will save that. Okay, it doesn't need to be saved. So that has been updated. So here we will say actually history. No, we won't do that. We will say episode 1 created. Created the game in Unity. Okay, so we'll commit that. Obviously that's not going to work, so we need to go to the project again. So annoying when it does that. We need to open this and clear the project settings so that we can import it, or not import it, but upload it, commit it rather, to GitHub. So this has been a boring episode because we haven't really done anything other than do some research. So where is it? Window, game object, assets, extra, no, window, can't remember how to do this. Components, where is it? Help, no, there, reset packages to default. So we want to reset that. Okay, so that should get rid of the stuff that we don't need. Back to the original default settings, and then we should be able to commit that into our GitHub repo. So we will save that and then close that again. So now episode 1, we can go and commit that, and that should commit with no problem. Okay, perfect. So like I was saying, boring episode today, but we come up with an idea. And for those people that were asking how I plan my games, this is pretty much how I do it. It's pretty boring, that's why I didn't really want to make a video about it. I just go into Google and search some ideas on what to do and look at the images and get some inspiration. But why is this not committing? Okay, it is. What was I saying? But yeah, like I was saying, from Monday the 12th, we are probably going to be submitting or uploading a video every weekday at the least, hopefully. That's not saying that we are going to be uploading probably definitely a video today and tomorrow. What else? Thursday, I don't know if we can do Thursday, probably not Thursday and Friday and not the weekend, but definitely from Monday onwards we will upload a video every weekday at least, and try and get this game finished so that we can crack on with our Tetris video, Tetris game, and our slab stack. We need to go back to those because I completely forgot about them and try and finish them. But that is it for today's video, so hopefully the stream was a lot better in terms of quality and sound. If it's not, give me some ideas of how to improve it, because I'm struggling to get these things working well. But yeah, that's it for today's video, so thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.